Hello, basketball people, we have news. Let's go to more news about the Golden State Warriors. I ask you to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I am a Warriors fan. For the Warriors to get a big deal with other teams, they will have to let go of talented players, and one of them is Moses Moody. As the Golden State Warriors have expressed interest in Trey Murphy III of the New Orleans Pelicans, a number of possible implications immediately arise as a result. While, admittedly, a deal for Murphy is a huge long shot given the Pelicans' reported asking price, the Warriors' interest in the young wing itself signifies a possibility that Moses Moody, whom the team has been reluctant to trade to this point, could eventually be a trade candidate. Therefore, while Golden State attempts to bolster their roster in a quest for another championship before the end of Stephen Curry's career, it should be known that there will be almost no holds barred in an effort to improve the team. The Warriors' interest in Trey Murphy III can necessitate a Moses Moody trade. According to NBA insider Jake Fisher, in the recent edition of the Steinline newsletter, the Warriors have long held interest in Murphy, even making contact about the possibility of a trade as recently as this offseason. This comes as quite the surprise, since Golden State has been completely stagnant on the market this offseason as a result of their lingering Jonathan Kuminga situation. Yet, at the same time, the team's interest in Murphy should not be all that surprising given his incredibly useful skill set and team-friendly contract. Last season, through 53 games, Murphy averaged 21.2 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 3.5 assists while playing stellar defense and shooting 36% from beyond the arc. Moreover, he is entering the first year of a relatively cheap, 4-year, $112 million deal. As the Warriors have sought out a potential Kuminga sign-and trade this offseason, they have stated their unwillingness to include Moody in any deal for salary-matching purposes, in part signaling their faith that the young wing will continue the upward trajectory he started on last season. Yet, at the same time, a large part of this reluctance likely came down to their desire to surround their veteran trio with additional perimeter shooting, a facet of the rotation that Moody is absolutely vital to. Yet, if Murphy were to become available, his defense and advanced perimeter skill set could certainly make up for Moody's absence, and Moody's status as a coveted young player would almost certainly necessitate his inclusion in such a trade. The Pelicans would reportedly seek a return package of a proven young talent and multiple first-round picks, something the Warriors could offer but would deplete their resources almost entirely. Nevertheless, such a gamble, including dealing Moody, could prove worth it given how valuable Murphy's skill set would be to a contending team. Warriors' dream trade target remains GOAT pairing with Stephen Curry. There's a real possibility LeBron could come to the Bay. As the Golden State Warriors offseason has dragged on, their front office, beyond resolving their lingering Jonathan Kuminga situation, has largely been focused on securing handshake deals with veterans who can provide dependable help for their rotation on relatively cheap contracts. Yet, as reported by NBA insider Jake Fisher in the latest edition of the Steinline newsletter, the Warriors have also shown an interest in big-game hunting, with their front office having inquired about a potential LeBron James trade in recent months. Although James, who is about to enter his 23rd NBA season, is certainly nearing the end of his career, pairing James with Stephen Curry would not only unite two of the best basketball players of this generation, it would serve as a culmination of an entire era of basketball history. LeBron James to Warriors continues to get more and more real. According to Fisher, Golden State has showed an enduring interest in facilitating some sort of trade for James. As long as LeBron James' future in Los Angeles remains uncertain, Golden State will undoubtedly be mentioned as a potential James suitor. I'm told that the Warriors have called the Lakers on multiple occasions over the past 18 months to see whether there is any trade pathway to pairing James with Stephen Curry. While such a trade has been among the wildest NBA rumors for years, Fisher's claim that the Warriors have made concrete contact with the Lakers' front office in recent months is a revelation. Yet, at the same time, such interest makes perfect sense. As James enters the final year of his contract with Los Angeles, it has been widely rumored that he is dissatisfied with how the team has shifted its focus and roster construction towards young superstar Luka Doncic. If James decides to continue his career beyond this year, it is likely that it will be with a new franchise, with the two parties mutually agreeing to part ways. James is, clearly, still one of the most dynamic offensive players in the league. Last season, through 70 games, he averaged 24.4 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 8.2 assists while shooting 37.6% from three-point range and receiving second-team All-NBA honors. However, there is no clear path to the Warriors matching James' monstrous $52.6 million salary in a trade apart from parting with recent acquisition Jimmy Butler, a move that would represent one of the most dramatic changes of direction the franchise has undergone in years. Therefore, while an outright trade this season remains unlikely, Golden State's concrete interest in potentially pairing James with Curry certainly leaves a door open for the unlikely union to take place before the end of the two stars' careers. New name emerges as potential Golden State Warriors free agency target. We're more than halfway through the NBA offseason, and the Golden State Warriors are yet to add any new faces to their roster. The contractual stalemate with Jonathan Kuminga has slowed the front office's moves to a glacial pace. Despite the lack of movement, the Warriors' front office has reportedly been preparing for a wave of new talent. Al Horford and DeAnthony Melton are both rumored to be waiting on Kuminga's situation to be resolved. And now, according to Jake Fisher, who was writing in an August 22 edition of the Steinline newsletter, Cody Martin has emerged as a potential free agent addition. Martin is reportedly remaining patient, so that he can see whether a move to the Bay Area would be the best opportunity available to him. Another name on the Warriors' list of bench targets, sources say, is Cody Martin. Fisher wrote, "The veteran swingman has received interest from numerous playoff teams this summer but is said to be waiting to see whether an opportunity with Golden State proves to be his most attractive option, or if it's better to let the season start and see what opportunities arise after training camps begin." Martin spent the first 5.5 seasons of his career with the Charlotte Hornets. He found himself joining the Phoenix Suns for the final stretch of the 2024-25 season, giving him his first taste of playing in the Western Conference. In total, Martin has suited up for 259 regular season NBA games, averaging 6.2 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game. He's a career 30.8% shooter from deep. Martin is currently an unrestricted free agent. Assuming both he and the Warriors have an interest in negotiating a contract for the upcoming season, Warriors can trade a Trey Murphy em troca de Moses Moody, a definer. Warriors should be concerned about Jimmy Butler. The Golden State Warriors swung a blockbuster trade to acquire Jimmy Butler from the Miami Heat, and it turned everything around. The Warriors appeared to be finished prior to the move, but the Butler acquisition revitalized them, and now, they are viewed as legitimate contenders heading into the 2025-25 NBA campaign. More news: Kings aggressively pursuing trade to clear room for Russell Westbrook. However, not everyone is necessarily buying into the Butler hype. That includes Bleacher Report's Grant Hughes. Hughes named Butler as Golden State's biggest faller going into the new season and feels that his age is clearly catching up to him. If you watched him closely last year, you also noticed undeniable signs of physical decline, Hughes wrote. He'd routinely get near the bucket and pump fake several times in search of a foul because he didn't trust his vertical lift. Defensively, he surrendered blow-by drives a little more often than was comfortable. Hughes added that Butler definitely makes the Warriors better but that he is also 36 years old with a ton of mileage on his body, which is definitely concerning with the Dubs attempting to contend for a championship. Butler played in a grand total of 55 games last season and has not appeared in 70 contests since the 2016-17 campaign. What's more, he has participated in under 60 contests in 4 out of the last 6 years. The 6-time All-Star is widely known for being injury-prone, so the Warriors can probably expect Butler to miss some time due to some nicks and bruises next season, at the very least. More news: Boston Celtics linked to massive 3-team trade proposal. Golden State is relying on a very old core that also consists of Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, both of whom have dealt with their own respective medical issues over the past several seasons. That's why it is rather difficult to put full belief in the Warriors as title contenders at this juncture. Lakers aren't interested in Warriors trade offers for LeBron James. It is generally thought that if LeBron James were to ask the Los Angeles Lakers to trade him, it would be nearly impossible to work out due to all the moving parts involved, as well as James' no-trade clause. Some also wondered if there is even a market to speak of for James' services, given that he's 40 years of age and going into the final year of his contract. However, there is one team that is clearly interested in him, the Golden State Warriors. NBA insider Jake Fisher reported that they have made multiple attempts to trade for the future Hall of Famer over the last 18 months. Brett Siegel, another insider, gave some more details on the Warriors' interest in James. He reported that after they tried to trade for him just prior to the 2023-24 trade deadline, they checked in on the superstar when this offseason started and again after James picked up his player option on June 30th. But Siegel made one thing clear: the Lakers aren't interested. Of course, James is good friends with Warriors living legend Stephen Curry, and one has to assume he would love to play alongside Curry, just as he did well with Team USA men's basketball in last Summer Olympics. According to an ESPN report, Curry's teammate Draymond Green urged Golden State to go after the four-time MVP in February 2024. The Lakers have made it clear through their actions that Luka Doncic, and not James, is now the star around whom they revolve. Some have surmised that James wants out for that reason, but at least one report has indicated that he has been supportive of the shift to the Slovenian phenom. He will earn $52.6 million this coming season as his contract winds down. Whether his tenure with the purple and gold is truly winding down is an open question that may not have any real answer for quite some time. Warriors could be using LeBron James rumors as deflection from tough offseason. The Golden State Warriors have been stuck in neutral this summer. Jonathan Kuminga's contract standoff has seen the Warriors become the only franchise not to add any new faces during the offseason. Golden State's inactivity hasn't stopped the rumor mill from churning, though. They've been linked with a potential move for LeBron James all summer. On August 22, those rumors picked up pace once again. NBA insider Jake Fisher reiterated the franchise's interest in the Los Angeles Lakers superstar. However, Lakers insider Jovan Buha believes those rumors may be coming from the Warriors camp. He pointed toward their struggles this summer as a reason to leak out interest in James, knowing that the Lakers would shoot it down. "I would assume this came out from the Warriors' side," Buha said. "They've had a rough summer. They have not been able to make any moves because of this Kuminga situation. It's been drama-filled, but also stagnant at the same time, but it also benefits the Warriors to make their front office, their organization, look like they're trying to do something." The Warriors are firmly in win-now mode. A deal to add LeBron next to Stephen Curry would undoubtedly make sense for their current goals. However, given his current $52.6 million salary and what the Lakers would likely want in a deal, a trade is highly unlikely. Warriors standing strong on Kuminga offer. According to Fisher, the Warriors have been unwavering in their offer of a 2-year $45 million deal for Kuminga. Golden State has not been willing to offer the 22-year-old forward more than $45 million over 2 years, league sources say, in what would be the second NBA contract for 2021's 7th overall pick, Fisher wrote. The Warriors have been unwavering in their stance that the deal structure include a team option in its second season for the 2026-27 campaign and that any agreement would force Kuminga to waive his right to grant consent on any trade during the 2025-26 season, when the bouncy swingman would be classified as a one-year bird. Golden State is playing a risky game. While they have control over Kuminga's immediate future due to his restricted free agency, they're running the risk of him opting into his qualifying offer. If he chooses to go down that route, he will become an unrestricted free agent next summer. Warriors must find a middle ground. It's understandable why the Warriors are holding their ground. However, they have other business that needs taking care of. Currently, it's clear that the front office is hesitant to add new talent until the Kuminga cap hit for the upcoming season is confirmed. Still, the franchise has 6 open roster spots. Al Horford and DeAnthony Melton are reportedly waiting in the wings and will sign once Kuminga's situation is resolved. Nevertheless, that would still leave the Warriors seeking another 4 new faces. The longer the Kuminga situation takes, the fewer options the Warriors have available. Golden State is in a tough spot. Yet, with training camp on the horizon, they must start making some moves. Otherwise, they will be forced to rush through business ahead of the preseason.